Hello, everybody, and welcome into the Fumble Sports Daily Show. It is so wonderful to have you. We have so much to get into on this Friday. I hope you're having a wonderful Friday and you're excited about a full sports weekend ahead. But before we get into all of that, we've got a lot to cover, obviously, from yesterday. We'll recap all that we got right and wrong yesterday in our picks, in our research. Hope you guys are having a great day. Harley, Tyler, wonderful to see you. And of course, we have a lot to get into today with our picks for this evening. But before we do, I did want to touch on one subject that is rocking the sports world. So, Ja Morant has obviously taken a different path in his NBA career than what we were hoping for. He is spectacular on the court. He is absolutely dynamic when he's flying through the air. He has all the talent in the world, but Ja Morant can't get out of his own way, and it is so sad to see right now. Between a signature shoe, between the hype of him being the next great superstar in the NBA, I am so disappointed that Ja Morant's career is right now in the place that it is. And a 25-game suspension from the NBA is both completely appropriate, and yet I also believe too few games. Too few games. And I know for some, they may say he did nothing wrong, he did nothing illegal, but I actually think this was strike two. And 25 games may be deemed a lot by many. For me, I wish it had been more. I wish it had been closer to 40. I know he's going to lose over $7 million based on this suspension. I know 25 games is going to put the Memphis Grizzlies in a terrible position to try to make the playoffs. But personally, for me, what is the most disappointing of all of it is the fact that Ja Morant had the chance to rectify this situation, to be better, to no longer have these issues. 25 games, Adam Silver is trying to sign a track right now. But it is also really one where his family, guns aren't necessary when you're an NBA. Firearms, that's one of the things I heard the guys on TNT a few weeks ago when they talked about Ja Morant. They brought this up, and I thought it was a brilliant point. When you sign a contract in the NBA to massive amounts of money, you can no longer go skiing. You can no longer ride a motorcycle. You can no longer do certain things that the average citizen, the average person does. In your contract, there are clauses that say for the protection of the athlete, the asset, as well as to avoid risk for the investment of the team. You can't do this if we sign you to this contract. Firearms should be one of those. There is no reason for Ja Morant to own a gun. None. None whatsoever. You want to hire 15 bodyguards? Go for it. You want to hire a gang of people to protect you? Fine with it. But Ja Morant, why do you need a gun? And more importantly, and maybe this is the greatest question of all, why do you need to show off that gun? To me, it's a statement of manhood. To me, it's a statement of, what are you compensating for? And I'm not trying to make this about dick size. That's not what I'm trying to say at all. What I'm trying to say is, are you trying to act thug? Are you trying to act street? Are you trying to gain rep with people that don't matter, by the way, that have zero importance? Why would you own a gun? To other arguments, you're not using it for hunting. You're either using it for self-protection, in which case, go hire some bodyguards, you have the money, or you're using it to be cool. You're using it as a status symbol. What? What? Of all the things you could buy, of all the things that you could do to rep your status as an NBA star, as a baller, as a big money maker, a gun in an Instagram live post with your boy inside a car, that's borderline pathetic. Seriously, I'm sure there are plenty of people out there right now across the country who, if their brother did that and they saw it on Instagram Live, they go, what a tool. What a loser. Chris, I agree with you, whether you keep it at home or whether you don't have it at all. Because Ja Morant doesn't need a gun. If you want to own a gun in this country, it's totally fine. It's legal. You can do it. However, there are certain people where you go, you don't need a gun. You don't need a gun. It's like alcohol. There are certain people who shouldn't keep alcohol in the house. Alcohol is not illegal. But there are certain people who would probably be better if it wasn't available to them all the time. 25 games isn't enough to me. Because my fear is 25 games is enough, just enough to punish him. But actually, I don't think he's going to learn anything. The apology I saw put on TV, read by Adrian Wojnarowski, that supposedly came from John Morant. We've heard that before. We heard it the first time when he was in the club waving a gun. John Morant, I don't understand why you need a status symbol of a gun. You are literally, you have your own shoe. You have your own shoe. Is that not a status symbol? I have Michael Jordan, Magic Johnson, Larry Bird, ever with a gun. Ever. I've never heard of Kevin Durant. They might own him, but I don't see him. They don't use that to add inches below the belt. They don't use that to gain credibility in the streets. And Drew, you're right. Those are GOAT names. And maybe I'm holding John Morant to too high a standard. But I guess my point is, John Morant, your talent is jump out the gym great. John Morant could be an all-time great player. Now, he needs to develop certain parts of his game. He's not there yet. But the raw talent is remarkable. I think the raw talent is better than Derrick Rose was. I think the raw talent, maybe even a touch better. I am so big on John Morant. But we're not talking about injuries. We're not talking about baby mama drama. And I bring that up because John Morant and Zion Williamson are forever going to be linked in the NBA because of that draft. And look at where the two of them are now. Zion is in trade talks. There's rumors that he could be traded to the Charlotte Hornets for the number 2 pick. He hasn't played basketball in however many weeks, months, years at this point, and he's got baby mama drama on the side. Meanwhile, John Morant, he's trying to gain thug credibility through flashing a gun on Instagram Live to how many people? Makes no sense to me. And it's so disappointing. And yes, 25 games, Adam Silver, I think, did enough to both set a standard and not get the NBA PA fighting back. Because if you did go to 50 games, I think the NBA PA starts to fight and starts to stand up for Ja. I don't think that's going to happen with 25. And I think that's part of the reason they came to 25. Is something the NBA Players Association wouldn't come back and fight the commissioner on. But the truth of the matter is, I think 25 games isn't enough. Because I think it should have been 40. And there's now talk of, should he be allowed at the facility or not? I think that's irrelevant. I would love for him to be at the facility. I think it's really important that John Morant keeps a community around him. Not his family, not his friends, but a community from the NBA to hold him tight because he's going to need that. But actually, no, I want this to hit. I want this to hit his time. I want this to hit his heart. I want John Morant to be great. I want John Morant to be an all-time great player. I want him to win multiple championships. I want him to win an MVP. That isn't going to happen if he keeps going down the path that he is. It's just not going to happen. John Morant is headed for self-destruction, and it's awful to see. Because actually, I think he's a decent guy. I actually haven't heard anything that bad about John Morant. I haven't. We're just talking about him owning a gun. And I don't even have a problem with that. But my problem is how he's using it and how he's flashing it. Yo, are you trying to prove your manhood with this? You could go buy a Rolls Royce, rip off that hood ornament, stick it to your chest and walk around, and everyone would go, man, John Morant is a boss. John Morant he's getting paid. He's the man. What a baller. But waving a gun in an Instagram live video with your boy in his car, you know what we call that? We call that sad. We call that a cry for help. And I hope 25 games does something. I hope 25 games does something, but I don't think it will. I think it required 40. And I'm going to stand by that. John Morant, I saw that. John Morant, I so want to see you succeed, but I don't think 25 games was enough because I think this is strike 2. What's strike 3 going to be? A full year? I think that would be ratcheting it up pretty high from 20. I would have had it 40. It's going to hurt the Grizzlies. It's going to hurt Ja. I think they'll overcome it. I think they'll make the playoffs. But the truth of the matter is, do I think John Morant learned his lesson from this? Nope. No, I don't. No, I don't. Because I just saw him make an apology and then go right back to the same behavior. And there's something about this that's psychological. This isn't just about being cool with a gun. No, John Morant, I wonder if John Morant has some insecurity that needs to be addressed. Now, that's not what we do here. We're not going to psychoanalyze him to that extent, but I hope he gets on the couch with somebody and talks it through. Because Jorge, 45 games, I say 40, but to me, 25 is too few. More because I think John Morant will not learn. What's 25 games? He's getting into, 2024. So he has his Christmas to himself. He has Thanksgiving to himself. You're not punishing this kid. And I don't think he's going to hear the warning that is being sent to him. Because if he did, he would have heard it already. But Ja, this is your last shot, buddy. No pun intended. Because the next time, 1, does the gun go off? And 2, I don't think any brand's going to want to touch you. And the saddest thing is when a player gets a signature shoe, that is supposed to be the apex moment, the crowning moment for an NBA player. And for John Morant to reach that pinnacle moment and then through, ego, insecurity, he loses it. Ja, I feel bad for you. I'm sad about it, but I don't think the NBA actually punished you enough because I actually wanted them to shake you out of this coma you're in. Because right now, you need to wake up to the fact that everything you're doing is jeopardizing everything that you've been working towards. Had to put my piece out there about John Morant because that is the big news of the day. But the thing we're going to cover today, as always, want to give a big shout out to all those who are watching. Dante, great morning to you. Happy Cash Friday. Top Dog, happy Friday to you. Stephen Pock. Just wanted to start off with a rant about John Morant, given what's going on in the world. Drew, great to see you. Jorge, Chris, wonderful to have all of you in the comments section. We are going to get to what we normally do in the show, so let's shift over. And as always, I make a sports book. We're not endorsed by any sports book, but Fumble Sports is here every single day for our 2-hour show every single day to give you information, advice, talk through some of the plays that you like, and make sports as entertaining as possible for you. We want you guys to be well informed, to know a lot, and of course have confidence that when you watch sports, bet on sports, play sports, whatever, that you're doing it at the best level possible. So if you ever have questions, I don't care if you're in the 99th percentile of knowledge or you're in the 1%. We can break everything down to what I call kids' terms. That's what my parents did for me. They put things in kids' terms. So even the most complex things about economies and government and law, they put it into terms that I could understand. That's what I'd love to do for you guys if you don't understand something. That said, if you're at that expert level, certainly talk inside baseball language, and that's perfectly fine. But I want to make sure everyone's here to learn a lot, have a lot of fun, and always come away from the show knowing more than they did before we started. Now, how did we do yesterday? We actually had a great day yesterday, believe it or not. If we just scroll down to our results overall, we'll get to the actual celebrity shots of the day and everything else. I actually need to count these up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7. So 7 celebrity shots were correct yesterday. And on the misses, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, 7 and 8 days. So you guys were a touch worse than could have been. Would have been nicer to get you guys above 500. However, that said, But Fumble Sports crushed it. We need to put all our results. 10, 18, 28, and 9, 13. Wow. 28 and 13 day for us, everybody. So certainly a very good day for us. 28 and 13. We went 6-2 on our MLB game picks. Our MLB prop bets were cashing like crazy yesterday. WNBA games, we did okay on the ones we had. We went 2-1. Candyman kind of split on what he had, so we had a wash there, but we did hit our WNBA prop. As for our long ball, long shots of the day, we went 3 for 8. We did get a stolen base. However, we also had someone with a caught stealing. We have updated the records for everybody. We have updated everybody's records. So with that said, we clear out the results. From yesterday, and we get focused on today, because today's a brand new day to have a lot of fun looking at sports games, looking at the research that we do. Hopefully giving you guys a lot of cash tickets for tonight. If you guys want to get your celebrity shots up on the board, you know how to do it. Just write in the comment section, my celebrity pick or my celebrity shot, whatever the pick is, everybody. Candyman 7-5. Jorge now 11-5. Good job, Jorge. Mike Oxlong's been making that climb back up to 500. Great job by Mike Oxlong. He's been working it. Tito's full send is 5-4. Top Dog is 9-7. Mike Torres is 3-5. So a lot of familiar faces. But by the way, if you have a 500 record or a losing record, you're fine. Plenty of time every single day. That way you can always get your picks in. Now, if you want any of my picks, like I said, those were cashing like crazy yesterday. We have been red hot with our baseball the last couple of days. Feel like now that the NBA and the NHL is over, our extra attention on the MLB is paying dividends. So with that said, LRK425 is saying that's not right. You went 2-0. I must have missed one of those. So LRK425, I will add the extra win for you. So 2-2, you're saying? Let me know if that's right. But that said, if you want my picks of the day, give us that live gift of confetti on TikTok Live, or hook us up with our long ball, long shots of the day by hitting that like button. So those are all the things we got going on today. Plenty of picks to give out. Hit up that confetti. We have some confetti. We have some celebrity picks already coming in from YouTube, so great to see those watching on YouTube. We've got plenty of research to get into, so let's do it. Let's get our show going. Let's start with some celebrity picks. And we'll do our research off of this. So Dante, great to see you in the show, Dante. Dante is 6-6. So Dante is taking fees over 1.5 bases is what I'm seeing with Dante. Let's look at Ozzy Albies on total bases. We'll do our research to see if we like that one, whether we want to follow Dante or fade Dante. As we get loaded up here. Ozzy Albies and total bases. 1.5. Not a great implied probability here. Not the one I would be looking at. Can we get half a hit? No, it's 1.5. Hits, runs, and RBIs. Oh, it's set at 2. So Ozzy Albies got some tough plays today. So we're not going to follow Dante on that one. Not going to fade it either. Just not going to play it. The other one Dante had was Jonathan India over 1.5, and you have it at 1.5 total bases as well. Let's look at Jonathan India. Let's see if we like that one more. And total bases. 1.5. The under has the stronger implied probability, though it has been a very consistent ticket over the last 5 games. That said, let's dive into it a little bit more. Like I said, consistent over the last 5 games. What about on the road? Fairly consistent as well. Not one I'm going to play, but let's look at hits. Over half a hit. Bingo. You can get it at -209. This one I will take. So Dante's taking Jonathan India on over half a base. But for me, the first play we'll put up is an in-show research play. It's going to be Jonathan India over half a hit. We did really well the last couple of days on those kinds of bets. That over half a hit. Been paired this one to get on the board. Another celebrity shot coming in from Top Dog, Freddie Freeman, over half a hit. Kind of surprised that that's available. We'll have to check that one out as well. So Top Dog is taking Freddie Freeman over half a hit. Surprised that that's available to us. Let's go look at it. Maybe there's something. Maybe there's something to that. So Freddie Freeman And yeah, over half a hit is available. It's been a really good trend of late. You're getting it at minus 250, so not necessarily great odds, but very good trend over the last 9 games. Now, let's look at the starting pitching matchup. He's got good numbers against this starting pitcher. This one doesn't make sense to me. This one's a great bet to make. Great find by Top Dog. We are absolutely going to take this one as well. Freddie Freeman, over half a hit. This seems like a no-brainer to me, even to the point where I'm curious what I could get hits, runs, and RBIs. Is it 1.5 or 2.5? It's 1.5, and it's another good play. Good consistent trend. Like we said, good numbers against this starting pitcher. So I'm going to take this one as well. Bit surprised that it's available to us, but we will take it. That's Freddie Freeman over 1.5 hits, plus runs, plus RBIs. So Freddie Freeman, we like that matchup today that he has against the starting pitcher of the San Francisco Giants, Brebbia. Good numbers. And if we go over to the weather for that game, you'll also see weather for that Dodgers game. Numbers are looking good. Numbers are looking good. And in fact, this is one that we may like some home runs. So keep your eye on this one as well in a number of different ways. But love the play early on to be able to get Freddie Freeman up on our board. Love the plays. Great call by Top Dog. Love that pick. Now we have already hit 2,000 likes, so let's give out a long ball long shot of the day. Thank you guys so much for hitting that like button. Rafi Devers. Drew's asking about Rafi Devers over 1.5 bases. Well, I'll kind of pair your question with my first long ball long shot of the day. That's right. I do like Rafael Devers today. Hit him of the day when it comes to offense that we expect is this Red Sox-Yankee game. Overall runs, the probability is up 15% on that. Home runs up 3%. Like that he's been hitting more home runs recently. Let's specifically dive into his numbers so you guys can see what I'm talking about. But Devers have been struggling a little bit, much like much of the Red Sox offense. But he's turned it on over the last week. Probability on a home run here, 25%. We love that. Probability on a home run here, 25%. We love that. Anytime we can get home runs or stolen bases, anywhere from 20 to 30%, we like it. But when it's in that higher tier, we obviously like it more. You can see hitting home runs over the last 5 games, 6 games, doing a good job there. Now, against Domingo Germán, not good numbers is the only concern. Doesn't have good numbers. I'm not going to worry about that. I've decided that he does have a home run against him. Given the weather, given the righty-lefty opportunity to take him, I am going to take Devers. I do go on a player prop bet. I might take Yoshida as well, but Devers is the one I want on the home run. Devers is the one I like there, so I am throwing Rafael Devers up on the big board. Now, you asked about total bases. How do we feel about him in total bases? Again, doesn't have great numbers against Germán. We're really going off of how he's hitting lately and the opportunity with the weather. Now, he has been, obviously, with the home runs, this has been on a hotter streak. Now, that's really for these last 3 hits, but if we go out later, there's a couple extra bases there. I like the play, good implied probability, but that's because I'm doubling down on it. So I would take Rafael Devers over 1.5 bases. It's not actually the play I was going to originally make. I was going to go with 1.5 hits, runs, and RBIs, but I do like on total bases. But I prefer probably hits, runs, and RBIs. Just feel a little bit better about that one. But it's set at 2.5. Now I understand why. So we will take it at 1.5 bases since 2.5 hits, runs, and RBIs isn't a spot I like. And again, doesn't get the home run. Great opportunity for doubles. Great opportunity for doubles. The ball is flying out to one of the tougher parts of the park to be able to hit a home run. So that's definitely one that I like. Even if he doesn't get it out and we miss on the long ball, long shot of the day, we're protecting ourselves with that 1.5 bases. LRK425, thank you so much for sharing the channel. Every time you guys share the channel, we give out a player we think is going to get a stolen base today. We went 1 for 3 on those yesterday, but we had a bad beat as Wander Franco was caught stealing. We're actually going to go back to the well on Wander Franco. And that is because Wander Franco's pitching matchup today. Let's go over actually to I want to show you guys Wander Franco, stolen bases, 30% implied probability. Love that. Great spot there. And then only the one stolen base. But Yu Darvish, the starting pitcher of the San Diego Padres, he gives up a lot of stolen bases. So I'm really taking Wander Franco and the opportunity to get him against a pitcher who gives up a lot of stolen bases. I'll take it. But since we're on stolen bases, I also want to look at what it would take to get him on base. So let's look at a hit. Not available to us. Too bad. How about total bases? 1.5 total bases. I don't like that. I wanted the oh, there it is. Over half a hit we like. Over half a hit at 69% implied probability. Yes, it's a chalky play at minus 225, but I'm okay with that. I'm going to put it up on the board. This is one I liked prior to the show. It's Wander Franco, over half a hit. I think he'll get on base. I think he'll get a stolen base against. Get into some more of your questions. If you have questions, doesn't matter the platform, TikTok Live, YouTube, Twitch, or Kick. We'll get to all of them. Jorge Hendricks, over 4.5 strikeouts. Let's look at it. Kyle Hendricks, we're looking at strikeouts. So 3.5, the over is a strong play here. Has missed in 2 of his 3 games. He's only had 4 starts since coming off the IL. Now, the 2 misses, Giants on the road, Rays rather at home. Orioles hitters against him, not too much data we can really glean from this. How about Orioles hitters against right-handed pitching? There's some good batting averages in there, and not the kind of strikeout numbers we want to see. Jorge, this is a tough one for me. I could see 4 hitting. I'm not going to play it. I like this Orioles lineup. I understand they can get strikeouts, but I'm not going to touch it. Not a play for me. Adam Frazier is someone I love today, though. That's a great call. Adam Frazier, he's got good numbers. I do like him today. Hits, runs, and RBIs. The 1.5 you're seeing is actually not a good implied probability here. Kind of surprised. No, I like Adam Frazier today, as I mentioned. Yeah, Adam Frazier lifetime against Kyle Hendricks. 29 at-bats, 13 hits, a 448 average with 2 home runs, 2 doubles, 3 RBIs, 3 walks, and 2 strikeouts. Let me say it one more time in case you missed it. A 448 average against him in 29 at-bats. That's some ownership right there. It includes 2 home runs and 2 doubles, so 4 extra base hits out of 13 hits. Maybe that means just half a hit if we can get it. Yeah, we can. That's a no-brainer for me. Minus 210, so I'm going to take that. He's got great numbers against him, so Adam Frazier over half a hit. That's what I'll take it at. Thank you for the question, Jorge. Good question. Appreciate all of those being with us. Yeah, LRK425. The Astros really went MIA yesterday against the Washington Nationals. Was really surprised by that one. That said, that was only one of 2 misses yesterday in our MLB game picks. We went 6-2. So guys, we have our MLB game picks all ready to go. Both the ones that we've published on our website. If you go to Fumble. Okay, let's get into Trevor Williams. Trevor Williams. So here we go. Let's get into some more of your picks. As you can see, our daily fantasy lineup, our picks, and our player hitters of the day, our best hitter pitcher matchups of the day. But again, if you guys want picks, hook us up with that confetti and we'll give it out. Okay, Drew is asking about Masataka Yoshida under 1.5 total bases. Very interesting, Drew. You're actually fading a play that I was considering taking. Masataka Yoshida against right-handed pitching has been really good this year. You're taking the under 1.5. It has been a very consistent play of late. He has been struggling a bit of late against Domingo Germán. He did go 0 for 2 before. Did draw a walk, though. So, interesting. I'm not going to talk you into or out of it. Not a big fan of the play, Drew, because I am on Masataka Yoshida, but I'm looking at the hit. Can I get half a hit? No, it's 1.5. What about hits, runs, and RBIs? That I'll take. So Masataka Yoshida, I'm going to take it over 1.5 hits, runs, and RBIs. If you want to go in the other direction on over 1.5 bases, I'm not going to talk you into or out of it, but I actually like Masataka Yoshida today over 1.5 hits, runs, and RBIs. I'll put him next to his teammate here just to make it easy. Masataka Yoshida over 1.5 hits, plus runs, plus RBIs. I could see him getting on base with a hit, getting driven in by, let's say, a Devers home run, just like we were talking about earlier, so I could see that happening. Chris Silva is asking about Brian Wu over 5.5 hits allowed. So Brian Wu, I actually am pretty high on him. Not getting a lot of attention, but let's look at hits allowed. Oh, I'm not seeing it. Let's see if we reload, we can get it. Let's see. Jorge, Gaz, we will get to both of your questions in just 1 second. But first, we are looking at Brian Wu. Can we get Brian Wu on hits allowed? Oh, no, that's hits. Hits allowed is what we're looking for. That's why. Okay, hits allowed. So this is what I was talking about a moment ago, Chris. I don't think Brian Wu is getting the kind of respect that people think. I think he could shut him down today, exactly to what LRK425 is saying. I kind of like Brian Wu today. Now, small sample size, yes, but and no, the numbers aren't great. But I actually have read a little bit about the kid, and I'm a little bit higher on him. Yeah, LRK425, you're a Seattle guy. I'm hearing some good things about Wu. LRK425, is what I'm hearing correct? I'm hearing that Wu could actually be a really good play today. Like for DFS example, he is actually a good play to make because he could put up some good production at a very cheap price. So I'm actually kind of high on it. LRK425, let us know what you think about Wu, whether he's going to hit on it. So what I would say is I wouldn't touch the bet. Chris Silva, not one that I would make. Let's get to Gaz's question about the over-under in that Cubs game. That one's going off, the first game of the day, going off in about 40 minutes or so, 50 minutes. We are looking, you're specifically asking about the over-under 8.5 runs. Let's look at it from the under side. Under's been a pretty consistent play in the last, let's look at the head-to-heads. Yeah, in the last 4 games has been a good play. LRK425 is feeling the way I am. I wouldn't touch it. So here's the only thing that's concerning to me about the over-under. Looking at the starting pitching matchup, Irvin gives up runs. Hendricks, we think, is going to be back to the kind of form that we've known him to be at. He has a 3.09 ERA. So there is a piece of us that likes that, but a little concerning. Let's go over to covers.com. Is there a trend with this game that we like? So, if we go to the trends for this game, under, good play. Under, not applicable. Over, very applicable here. Interesting. Under. Bit split here. The under has been the stronger play when these two teams meet in Chicago. That's an interesting trend. That's something I definitely like to see. The 8.5 is scaring me a little bit. 9.5 I could get at minus 175. That's what I'll put on my big board. I will put this one up on the board. And that is going to be Orioles, Cubs, under 9.5. I know it's an alternative line, but we look for alternative lines here to get the safest bet possible. So that's how I'm thinking about it. Winds blowing in at Wrigley. Let's look at it from a weather perspective. And not only are you right, this is the worst game of the day in terms of likelihood of offense. Home runs down 17%. Overall runs down 13%. Gaz, great point. Like it even more here. Gaz brought up a really good point about the weather. We can see on ballparkpal.com. He's absolutely right. So we really like the play. Orioles, Cubs, under. That is an in-show research play. I do want to give out some game picks. I haven't given out any of my game picks yet because we haven't gotten any of that confetti. If you guys hook us up with our live goal, we give out our pick every single day. There are a few I do want to give out. First one I want to give out, though, is going to be the Marlins on the money line. Marlins on the money line. Sandy Alcantara on the mound. Marlin hitters against him lifetime have a 129 average, just 1 home run, 4 RBIs, 2 walks to 23 strikeouts. So I like the Marlins on the money line. Marlins are 9-3 in their last 12 games overall, and the Nationals are 1-8 in their last 9 overall. So I do like the Marlins to win that game. Jorge, pretty windy here in Chicago. Yeah, that's what we were just talking about. Sounds like it's going to be a tough game for offenses. Okay, Patrick Sandoval over 2.5 earned runs. Drew, love the idea. Let's look at it. Patrick Sandoval. Patrick Sandoval, and you're specifically looking at earned runs. Over 2.5. Interesting, this has the same implied probability on both sides of it. Let's look at it from the over. Has been a decent play. Let's look at it on the road. Hit or miss. Against 2 good offenses, the Astros and the Yankees. Against the Royals, I don't know about this one. I don't feel too confident in it. No indication why. I don't like the play. I don't like the play over 2.5. I wouldn't touch it, Drew. I don't think this is a good play. I think Gaz is right. Stay away. Good call, LRK425. This one doesn't inspire a lot of confidence. What I will say on the other side, everybody, it's a Brady Singer day. It's a Brady Singer day. And I know he made me eat my words one of his last few starts where he pitched really well. But when you have a 6.58 ERA, when your whip is above 1.5, I'm going to call you dog poop until you prove otherwise. So Brady Singer, I would be on the other side of it. I would look for hitters against Brady Singer. Let's look at Angel hitters against Brady Singer lifetime. Unfortunately, there's actually not too many to take, but Shohei Ohtani, he's going to make an appearance in our show. Let's actually look at Shohei Ohtani right now on a player prop. Let's do that right now. Shohei Ohtani, can we get 1.5 bases? Yes, we can. Really hot ticket. Look at how consistent this has been of late. Great play. Throwing this one up on the big board as well. This is going to be Shohei Ohtani. Shohei Ohtani over 1.5 bases. What's hits, runs, and RBIs going off at? Let's look at it. Hits, runs, RBIs is 2.5. Don't like that. What about a hit? 1.5. Don't like that. So we got the best one, I think, at Shohei Ohtani over 1.5 bases. Gaz is asking about the Twins minus 1.5. Twins minus 1.5. By the way, Top Dog, I'll get to your question in just 1 second. But Twins minus 1.5. Let's look at that game. Now, I was having difficulty with that game because I didn't see a starter for the Tigers side. Dante, you're asking about what's the implied probability on Shohei Ohtani? That was 55% on total bases. 55%. 55%. So, going back over to the Twins game, minus 1.5. Starting pitcher for the Tigers hasn't been announced yet. So that's why I wouldn't touch this game. Wouldn't touch this one, Gaz, only because I don't know who the starting pitcher is. Do I like Joe Ryan? Absolutely. And so if I'm inclined, I would take the Twins on the money line, but I wouldn't take the Twins minus 1.5 because I don't know enough about who's on the other side for the Tigers. I like Joe Ryan to win. I'd put that out there, but I would not take 1.5. So actually, I will put this one up here. Twins on the money line, but I'm not touching that spread right now. Joe Ryan over on K's. Let's look at it. Let's go to Joe Ryan, and let's look at strikeouts. So over 7.5 strikeouts. That's just too high for me. Don't like that play with him. No. At home, not a good trend. Is there an alternative line? I'm not seeing it. So the answer is no. I would not touch Joe Ryan's strikeouts. Alexander, hey, how you doing? Great to see you today. Gaz, so Twins first 5. Again, I don't like that because I don't know who the starter is. I like the Twins to win the game, but the first 5 innings, you're really betting the starting pitchers against one another. Well, if you don't know who the other starting pitcher is, how can you bet the first 5 innings? I like the Twins in the game. I think Joe Ryan gives them advantage overall over the 9 innings, but in the first 5, that's head-to-head against the starters. If you have enough confidence in Joe Ryan, go for it, but I certainly won't advocate for first 5 on the Twins when I only know half of the equation behind it. So that's my reasoning, Gaz. Okay, we got a couple questions from YouTube. Top Dog's got 2 of them. So Top Dog has 2 questions. The first one is about run in the first inning for the Marlins Nationals. I wouldn't touch that game. When it comes to a run in the first inning, I'm seeing that the likelihood of a run is about 51.2%. That is almost a coin flip to me. Wouldn't touch it. Not one that I like. So for that game, I would not touch that one, that's for sure. Now, you also asked about the Rays game. That one I feel differently about. Rays-Padres with McClanahan and Yu Darvish on the mound. That is one I actually had prior to the show. And that I would take no run in the first inning. So Rays, Padres, no run in the first inning. I do like that play, Top Dog. Getting another question in from YouTube from Dante. What implied probability do you have on George Springer and Matt Chapman over half a hit and hits, runs, RBIs? So let's look at Springer and Chapman. I actually really like Chapman today. I'm not going to make any bones about that one. In fact, let's get up to 4,000 likes, and I'll really dive into it. If you know what I'm saying. Let's look at George Springer. Hit that like button, everybody. If you're watching on TikTok Live, hit the like button as many times as you can. If you're watching on YouTube, hit it just once. Okay, George Springer total bases. Not a good implied probability on the over total bases. You weren't asking about that, though. You were asking about hits. Not seeing it half a hit here, so that's not even available to us. On the other side, hits, runs, and RBIs. 1.5 is a good play here. 59% implied probability. Really consistent trend. Almost like the fact it missed yesterday because at a certain point it needs to end. No streak lasts forever. But I like the fact that 5 out of the last 6 it's been there. Martin Perez, how has he done against him? Lifetime, or at least since 2018? Good numbers. So I think this is a good find here. I am going to take this one. So good call by Dante. That's George Springer over 1.5 hits plus runs plus RBIs. By the way, I should have put this up here earlier. I do like Shohei Ohtani to hit a home run. I know we took him on total bases, but I do like him to hit a home run. I'm just going to show you guys what I'm getting him at a home run. He's been red hot, hitting dingers of late. Love the matchup against Brady Singer today. 24% implied probability. You see the stretch he's on. He is just cooking. He is on fire. So everybody, I do like Ohtani to hit a home run at plus 320. That is also on my long ball, long shots of the day. But hit that like button. Let's get up to 4,000 likes. I have another one I want to put on our big board. So make sure you're hitting that like button on TikTok Live. Would love to give that one out. Stephen Pock, love it. Shohei Ohtani home run trend starting to look like a lawn. For home runs, it certainly is. Rarely do you see lawn action that much green. I know we've got some maybe dirt patches against the Cubs over here, but for the most part, Shohei Ohtani has been red hot. Love the play, love the opportunity to take it here. Again, against Brady Singer of the Royals, yeah, I'm taking it, no doubt. Okay, let's get to Luis Arraez over 1.5 bases. Jorge's been patient on that one. Let's go to Luis Arraez. Don't worry, Dante. We'll get back to your Matt Chapman in a moment. Keep hitting that like button, everybody. So you were asking about Luis Arraez over 1.5 hits was just where I wanted to start with this one. No, not a good play. Hits, runs, and RBIs? No, not a good play because it's at 2.5. But total bases? That is a better play at 55% implied probability. That said, he has been on a bit of a slump, especially for him. So you may want to be a bit mindful of it. However, against Trevor Williams' lifetime, even worse, 167 average. So actually, I know Luis Arraez is usually a go-to for us, but I would actually avoid this one. Wouldn't touch it. Wouldn't touch it. LRK425, that is really weird. That is really weird that they're giving out that kind of favorability, but we don't know who the starter is. Yes, I do like the Twins, but I'd like to know who they're facing. That would make a difference. Again, for all those who are watching, if you want my favorite picks of the day, hook us up with our live goal of confetti. It's a small appreciation, support of the show, and every time you do, we give out one of our favorite picks. Gaz, you're asking about the Padres on the money line. The answer is I wouldn't touch that one. I wouldn't touch the Padres on the money line because Shane McClanahan might be the best pitcher in baseball right now. I know Yu Darvish is pitching well. I'd actually look for that one. Who's favored in that game? Whoever is favored, I might take the underdog on the run line. That's where I'd probably go with it. So, interestingly enough, the Padres are the underdog in this game. You can see, as the underdog, they've actually been cashing pretty well on the run line. So that's what I would do. Do I think that the Rays are going to beat up on the Padres by a ton? No, I think it's going to be a one-run game. So I will take that. I'm not going to take the Padres on the money line, but I will take Padres plus 1.5. Plus 1.5 on the Padres. With you, Darvish, on the mound, Gaz, I think that's the better play. If you guys have questions, comments, reactions, make sure you throw them in the comment section. And of course, we always do your celebrity picks of the day. So if you have a celebrity shot that you want on the big board, your favorite pick of the day, your favorite play of the day, we will put it on the board. We will keep track of the records, hopefully better than we did for LRK425, but we will keep track of them every day. That way you can be a part of the show. You can play along at home. We love the engagement from you guys. We love knowing that there are consistent viewers out there who show up every day for our 2-hour show. This is a way you guys can get involved and be a part of the show every single day. We have hit 4,000 likes. So now I'm going to get to that question that we talked about a moment ago, which is Matt Chapman. I like Matt Chapman to hit a home run today. He is someone I have my eye on to hit a home run. Let's look at it. Top Dog, I'll get to your question right after we go into our research about Matt Chapman. First, I want to look at his odds to get a home run. First of all, implied probability, 23%. Love that. I could get him at plus 340. That's really strong. Does have a home run in the last week. And his matchup against Martin Perez, lifetime, unbelievable numbers. Good numbers here, a 500 batting average. Doesn't have a home run, doesn't concern me, but he sees him well. Good righty-lefty matchup for him. But that's not the only thing I'm going to take. I will look for hits, runs, and RBIs. Over. Really strong implied probability. Not a great trend, but again, don't care about that given the matchup that he has. So I'm going to throw this one up on my board as well. That's Matt Chapman over 1.5 hits, plus runs, plus RBIs. Just want to make sure I'm doing all the research possible. Let's quickly look at total bases. 1.5, no, not one I would take. Hits, over half a hit is also there. And I could get it at minus 200. Did we not just see that this guy has a 500 batting average against the starting pitcher since 2018? This is a play we have to make. No-brainer on this one. Good trend that goes along with it. Tack this one on top. Matt Chapman over half a hit. So yeah, we're riding Matt Chapman tonight pretty hard, given we want him on a home run, hits, runs, and RBIs, and on a hit. But we're okay with that given the matchup against Martin Perez. Hope you guys are all having as much fun as I am talking sports today. Get your questions and comments in the chat. How many at-bats versus that pitcher for Chapman? What we're seeing is since 2018, that's 10 at-bats. So a pretty good sample size there. Now, if I wanted to look at it lifetime against Martin Perez, Matt Chapman has 16 at-bats, 7 hits. That's good for a .438 batting average, 3 doubles, 1 RBI, and 3 strikeouts. So one more time, in 16 at-bats, he has a .438 batting average with 3 doubles, 1 RBI, and 3 strikeouts. So good contact against him. Doesn't have the home run. Let's quickly look at the weather. I know this game is going to be in Texas, so not expecting much, but home runs aren't going to be too negatively impacted. Warm day there, I'm expecting. For all of those who have their questions, make sure you throw them in the comment section. And of course, if you have celebrity shots of the day, we only have a couple up on the board so far. If you want your favorite pick of the day put on our screen and shared throughout the show, make sure you write it in the comment section. My celebrity pick, my celebrity shot, and whatever the pick is, we'll throw it up on the big board and you can join Dante and Top Dog. Speaking of Top Dog is asking about the Braves on the money line. Braves on the money line against the Rockies. Starting pitching matchup today, Lamet, yuck. Talk about a brutal ERA, 10.38. That's poop. On the other side, Schuster hasn't been great either, 5.05 ERA. Do we like the Braves more? Yeah, of course we do. They're a better team, but I would be a little bit wary about this one just because I don't have a lot of faith in Schuster either. The answer is, would I probably take the Braves on the money line? Yes, but I'm not going to throw that up on my big board. That's not actually what I'm attuned to in this game. What I'm focused on, and I will put it up on the screen, up on my big board. It was one of the picks I had prior to the show. I'll put it up here. And that is Rockies, Braves, over 8.5. Over 8.5 for Rockies and Braves. If I jump out and I look at what the total is at, 10.5. This line has moved. Last night I got it at 8.5. That's not at minus 220. I still don't hate that. I'd still obviously take that. It's just a bit chalkier at the minus 220. An alternative of 9. I like that one as well, personally. So I'm actually going to go on both of these. So over 8.5, and I'll take it at over 9. So I think this game's going to get to 10 runs is what I'm really telling you. What's 9.5 set at? I can't believe 9.5, 145. I'll take it all 3 ways. I think this game's getting to 10 runs. If we look at the weather in this game, likelihood of runs up, likelihood of home runs up. I like this game in terms of offense. LRK425, I'm glad you like that pick of Matt Chapman on a hit. That's a good find for us. Anytime we can get a player with those kinds of numbers, only half a hit, really like the play. Really like the play. Okay, getting some good questions in. LRK425 is asking about J.P. Crawford. Let's get into that. J.P. Crawford, and we're looking at total bases. So it's only half a base. It's only half a base. Love that. Against Kopech Lifetime, he is 1 for 3. He is 1 for 3. So this is a play that I like. Good find by LRK425. Really, really good find. By the way, I just want to give you guys your credit, your flowers. You guys are getting better. And I don't mean that in any kind of patronizing way. Quite the opposite. This isn't easy. It is hard to find good research. It's hard to find good trends. You really got to dive into it. And when you find one, I love that you guys share it. LRK425, J.P. Crawford over total bases. Love it. Over half a base. Good call. Really nice play. Good research by LRK425. And by the way, shout out to Dante. Likes that Atlanta Rockies call. I like it too, Dante. Hopefully we're cashing some tickets on that game. LRK425 is bringing up how J.P. Crawford's a good hitter when it comes to getting walks. You got to be careful on the sports book when it comes to walks being counted as total bases. The sports book I use, Bovada, often does that. But DraftKings, FanDuel, they have different rules. So guys, just be mindful. Different sports books, different rules. But what you'll hear me say all the time, first of all, we're not endorsed by any sports book. So we're not promoting one over the other. But one thing I absolutely will say, you guys want to be on multiple sports books. Like, your loyalty doesn't earn you anything. Yes, they'll give you some rewards. All these places will give you rewards. Don't be on one. Don't be a sucker. Don't be overly loyal. That's like going to the same store, even though they keep raising prices, and down the street, they're having a discounted sale. Be smart. Be on different sports books. That way you're always finding the best odds and getting the best possible bet. Jorge's asking about Sandy Alcantara 5 strikeouts. Let's look at Sandy Alcantara 5 strikeouts. And again, guys, if you have a favorite bet of the day, make sure you write in the comments section my celebrity pick or my celebrity shot, and we will throw it up on our big board so you guys can play along with us. Okay, love that the over-implied probability here is 57%. Had been a really good play, had struggled the last few weeks. On the road is where it struggled, too. 2 of the last 5. 2 games in a row it's missed. Now, against the Nationals, lifetime against Sandy Alcantara, there's some bad averages here. There's some bad averages. I'm going to take the over on this one. Obviously, the trend hasn't been great, but you think of the 2 road games. White Sox, okay, I'd like that to have hit. He missed on that one. That's a little disappointing. But against the Rockies, not surprised by that. So I am going to take this one. Sandy Alcantara over 4.5 strikeouts. Good find. Good find. And we are about an hour into our show today. Welcome, everyone, to the Fumble Sports Daily Show. I hope you're having a wonderful day wherever you're broadcasting from. In fact, let's have some fun in the comments section, right where you're viewing the show. Wherever you're watching from, let us know. I'm currently in Boston right now. Would love to know where you guys are watching the show. Hope you're having a wonderful day. Make sure you get your celebrity shots in the comments section. We will load up our big board with all of your picks over the next hour. But believe it or not, we've already been live for an hour. We covered John Morant's suspension. We've thrown a lot of good picks up on the board. Having a lot of fun with you guys. If you want more of my picks, make sure you hit that confetti, our live goal. I'll give out a pick of mine that I had loaded up prior to the show before or for every confetti that we get. And of course, hit that like button. Once we hit 6,000 likes, I'll give out another long ball, long shot of the day. Jorge is coming from Chi-Town. Great to see you. Cullen's got some celebrity shots for us. Let us know where you guys are watching from. Santa's in Orlando. Funny that Santa's in Orlando, getting some time away from the North Pole. By the way, Santa, I'm sure you're tired of that joke. Drew's in Cali. Hope you're having a great day, Drew. Hope the weather is nice there. Hope everyone's just having a great Friday and is excited about a long weekend, Juneteenth on Monday. So hope all of you guys have great long weekend plans. Cullen's coming from Colorado. Don't worry, LRK425. We're going to get to all of that. But let's get some celebrity shots up on the board. Jorge, it's Jorge's turn to get up on the big board. And again, if you guys want your pick thrown up on the big board, just write in the comment section my celebrity shot, write what the pick is, and we will add it to the big board. And Jorge is going to follow us on Sandy Alcantara over strikeouts. There you go. Jorge is 11-5, 11-5 record. Jorge's been doing well, climbing up. Dante, I'm in Houston where the 2002 World Series champs reside. Dante letting us know that those Houston Astros are still reigning champs. Yes, they are. Cullen's got his celebrity shot of the day. So let's get Cullen up on the big board. Cullen, great to see you. Cullen is 2-2. So hopefully these 2 picks get him above 500. Would love to see that. Let's go, Cullen. First one you're taking is Mets on the money line. Wow, at this point, that's a bold play. And the other one you are taking is, you are also taking the Braves on the run line. Very interesting on that. Very interesting. So he's got the Braves covering 1.5 and the Mets on the run line, or Mets on the money line. So some NL East action according to Cullen. Love it, Cullen. Okay, let's get Santa on the big board. Santa's always giving gifts, and he's got a gift of a pick right here. So Santa, by the way, Santa, I'd really like a red fire truck this Christmas. I'm just saying. Okay, Jorge, we got to that. Santa is going Josh Naylor over 1.5 bases. Josh Naylor over 1.5 bases. Interesting pick from Santa. Let's look at that really quick. Is Josh Naylor a good play today? Let's look at Josh Naylor. Total bases, 1.5. The under does have the stronger implied probability. Has been pretty good trend, though. Wow, interesting. 8 out of the last 10, this has been cashing. How about on the road? 3 out of the last 4? Yeah, okay. Now let's look at the starting pitching matchup against Zach Gallen. Josh Naylor, 0 for 8. That would explain it. That would explain why the implied probability is where it's at. So the trend is really good, but history against Zach Gallen is struggle city, going 0 for 8. So just something to be aware of, Santa. I'm not telling you not to take it. We just like to follow up your celebrity picks with some research. So just something to keep an eye on. LRK425, C-Town. What's up, LRK425? Love having you guys in the chat. Love you guys participating in the show. If you have celebrity picks, get them in. Santa, thanks for following. Hope all of those who are watching are followers of Butt Fumble Sports. We are live every single day for 2 hours. There are a number of those loyal viewers on the show. LRK425, Jorge, Drew7382, Cullen. You guys are all witness. You can attest. Butt Fumble Sports is live every single day. You may go, no, there's no way. The dude probably misses a day. He takes holidays. He's with family. We are live every single day. If you don't believe us, ask us. Oh, let's get to Trevor Williams strikeouts, Jorge. Let's get to Trevor Williams on strikeouts. So Trevor Williams on strikeouts. Yeah, Drew, no days off. Yeah, LRK425. By the way, we're going to be much more consistent. When there's day baseball, we'll be live at 11 a.m. When there's no day baseball, we're going to be live at 1. So that's the way the trends are. That's the way the schedule is going to go. When there's a day baseball game, we will be live at 11. When there isn't day baseball, we'll be live at 1. So perfect example, Sunday, there's day baseball. We're going to be live at 11 a.m. on Sunday. But tomorrow, no day baseball. We'll be live at 1. EST, that's right. Eastern Standard Time. I'm on the East Coast, so that's why I'm always putting it in EST. Yep. Okay, let's get to Trevor Williams. Trevor Williams. No days off. No days off. Trevor Williams, let's go. And strikeouts. So the under has the stronger implied probability here, Jorge. If we do look at it from the over perspective, it's been a good ticket. 4 out of the last 5 starts this has hit, and the one he missed was against the Dodgers on the road. At home, back-to-back starts, and, by the way, against the Phillies and the Padres. So some pretty good matchups. And head-to-head against Miami. Not seeing anything. Don't know why it's saying, oh, because the under. Miami against him. Interesting. We've got some good numbers here. De La Cruz, Wendell, Segura, Stallings, Uriel. I wouldn't touch this one. This one's a little bit worrisome for me. By the way, Santa, thanks for being with us on the lunch break. Hope the wrapping of presents continues to go well. Again, red fire truck. That's what I want for Christmas. Appreciate you, Santa. Wonderful to see you. West Coast, the best coast. By the way, bring back the Sonics is right. Amen. Amen, LRK425. In my time working at Fox Sports, I got to befriend Gary Payton and I got to hear some great stories about the Sonics. He signed an old Sonics jersey for me that's personalized. It's one of my favorite personal possessions. So, love the old Sonics. Kemp, obviously, Gary Payton, the glove. Just love that team. So, yeah, I'd love to see the Sonics back. Let's look at Brian De La Cruz. Jorge brings up a good point. Brian De La Cruz and Drew. Great point on Brian De La Cruz for a stolen base. Love where your guys' head's at. And again, this isn't Eli De La Cruz. It's Brian De La Cruz. Or Jorge, which one are you talking about? I was going to look at Brian De La Cruz. We'll look at Eli De La Cruz in a moment as well. But Brian De La Cruz, over, up 1.5 hits, not a good play. What about hits, runs, and RBIs? That is Brian Cruz over 1.5 hits, runs, and RBIs. Hasn't been a good trend against the Mariners. But, again, his matchup against Trevor Williams has me optimistic. Brian De La Cruz lifetime against him. A 286 average with a home run and an RBI. I like the play. I wish I could take it. Can I get half a base? Is that available? No, it's only 1.5. So what I would say is hits, runs, RBIs is the play here with Brian De La Cruz. Yeah, Jorge, Brian De La Cruz. We'll look at him on a stolen base as well, but we'll also look at Eli De La Cruz, of course, because Eli De La Cruz is a must play every day. So hits, runs, RBIs for Brian De La Cruz. Now, let's just look at what stolen bases is. 10% implied probability, not a good play. Now, let's go to the other De La Cruz. Eli De La Cruz. Stolen bases, yes, please. So even though he's facing, I don't care who he's facing, to be honest. I'm taking him on a stolen base every day. Eli De La Cruz, for me, is a must-play every single day with the stolen base. He's just too good. What are the odds on this one? Plus 305. Plus 305. He's cashed this ticket in 5 of his last 7 games. Plus 305, I'd take it. I'd take it. Now, one other thing I'd look for, Brian De La Cruz on a hit, over half a hit, really good implied probability as well. I know he slumped over the last 3, but I'd also go back to the well on this one. So we got a couple of De La Cruzes up here. Eli De La Cruz, over half a hit. Over half a hit for Eli De La Cruz. One more I want to look at. How about runs? How about runs? This kid gets on base, he scores. Not a great implied probability here, but keep your eye on this one day in, day out. Okay, Drew is asking about Estuary Ruiz to get a stolen base. That is usually a very cashing ticket, so let's go look at Ruiz. Estuary Ruiz, stolen bases. Unbelievable implied probability, 39%. Unbelievable implied probability. Taijuan Walker. Doesn't have any stats against him, but I would take it as a steal. Yep. By the way, Cruz and Ruiz, I did not have prior to the show. Now, they're players I always like, but the point is, I have a bunch of other stolen base plays today. I have 5 more. So make sure you're sharing Butt Fumble Sports. If you share the channel, we give out players we think are going to get a stolen base. Rangers fan, thank you for liking the channel. Jorge, thank you for sharing it. Here's another player we like to get a stolen base, and that's Julio Rodriguez. Julio Rodriguez, the Mariners are facing Michael Kopech. Kopech is one of the worst pitchers in baseball at preventing stolen bases. I absolutely love Julio Rodriguez on this one. Let me just show you what it's going off at. Julio Rodriguez on a stolen base. 29% implied probability here. Really good play. Not a good trend necessarily. Now let's look to, can we get him on half a hit? Yes, we can. Bingo. That's what I'm taking. So I'm getting a stolen base with him. I'm also going to take Julio Rodriguez over half a hit. Over half a hit. Love that play. Love it. Okay, we're getting another celebrity shot in. LRK425. We'll get to your question in 1 second. I'm going to throw Jorge's pick on the celebrity shot board. This is Jorge. He is doing a very bold pick here. He is taking Eli De La Cruz and Estuary Ruiz over. You're doing the over half a stolen base. I hate that play. We don't like doing that. That's not available to us. I talked about this yesterday. I'll do it, but I'm not crazy about it. That's not available to other people. So, not crazy about it. Not crazy about it, Jorge. Because you can't get this. That's not available. It's two different plays. So, I'll put it up there, but not crazy about it. Yeah, we were just talking about how we hate Prize Picks. We talked about that. Prize Picks suck. Appreciate all of you guys being with us. Hope you're having a wonderful day. LRK425, Julio been bad. We like the matchup, though. We like the opportunity for him to get on base and to get a stolen base. Now, Caparello, let's get to that. And you were asking about total bases. Total bases. I'm assuming that's half a base. Implied probability is 53%. No real trend here. How about against Kopech? No at-bats. There's just nothing for me to sink my teeth into, LRK425. Nothing about this one that really gets me excited. Drew, by the way, Drew, thank you for sharing the channel. Didn't notice that, but Drew shared just a moment ago. So we've got another stolen base pick to give out. Next one I'm going to give out is Adolis Garcia. Adolis Garcia. Kevin Gausman on the mound for the Blue Jays. He gives up stolen bases against right-handed pitching this year. Garcia has the most stolen bases of anyone on the Rangers. And I'm just going to show you what Adolis Garcia is going off at for stolen bases. Adolis Garcia over half a hit. Okay, Bob. No run first inning for the Cubs game. Asking about the Cubs game. So we looked at that game a little bit earlier, and what I would say is I lean towards no run. I'm not feeling great about it, so I wouldn't touch it. I feel like there's no run first inning given that the weather is really tough in that one. I'm not crazy about it. Not crazy about it. Not as big on it. So, Bob, the answer is I'm okay with it. I'm not a heavy endorser of it. If you guys want any of my picks, make sure you're hitting that confetti. Would love to give out some of my picks. LRK425's writing it, so there you go. I do prefer the no-run first inning. I will say that. Cubs minus 1.5. We talked about it a little bit earlier, and the answer is no. No. Especially on the minus 1.5. No. I wouldn't touch that, Bob. Appreciate all of you being with us. Candyman, you got any WNBA picks for us? Let us know. Throw those up in the chat. Again, if you have celebrity shots of the day, just write in the comment section, my celebrity pick. My celebrity shot. Appreciate those watching on YouTube, Kick, and Twitch. If you guys got comments, never hesitate to be a part of the show. Just write in the comment section. We'll get to all of it. Let me give out some more picks. Let me give out some picks. So we'll give out another pick. I know we haven't gotten a lot of confetti over the last 2 days, but maybe you guys just don't like us that much. We'll see. Okay, let's go and give out another one. I am taking Blue Jays, Rangers, yes, run in the first inning. Yes to a run in the first inning for Blue Jays and Rangers. There you go. There's a pick for you. Appreciate all of those who are with us. Make sure you throw in your questions and comments in the chat. We're here for it, everybody. Do you have a favorite celebrity shot of the day? Let us know. Write my celebrity shot. We'll throw it on the big board. That way you guys can be a part of the show every day. Dante, Top Dog, Jorge, Cullen, and Santa have already gotten their picks in. Best player prop bet for the Orioles and Cubs? I didn't have one. I think Adam Frazier is probably the one I like the most. Adam Frazier, over half a hit. That was the one I gave out earlier. I like the under in the game. That's what I gave out. I like all my picks, LRK425. You know that. Candyman, thank you so much, Candyman, for hooking us up with that confetti. Let's give out another pick now. Let's give out another pick. I really like this one as well to have some offense, so let's throw this one up on the board. Yankees, Red Sox, yes to a run in the first inning. I'm seeing that at 56.9% implied probability on that. Love the play. Yankees and Red Sox should be a lot of offense in this one based on the weather. So again, the pick I just gave out, there you go. Pick we like. Candyman, thank you so much. Okay, let's get Candyman's celebrity pick up on the big board. Candyman giving us a celebrity shot. By the way, Kiana Dunham, thank you so much for following. Kiana Dunham, thank you so much on YouTube for subscribing. Really appreciate you joining the network and supporting Butt Fumble Sports. Hope you're enjoying the show. Hope you're having a wonderful Friday. If you've got questions, you got comments, you want picks researched, let us know. We're here for it. Appreciate you subscribing on YouTube. Okay, let's get Candyman is taking Mercury plus 6.5 in the first half. So that's Mercury plus 6.5 in the first half. Just writing it out. It's not how it's supposed to be written, but that's okay. Just looking at that Mercury game really quick against the Washington Mystics. They are an 11.5 point underdog. Wow. Kind of surprised it's that big a spread. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to take... Wow. Have they been cashing that much? No, they haven't. Okay, I'm going to take this one as well. I'm going to throw this one up on my big board for a celebrity shot, or for my WNBA pick here. And I'm going to take the Mercury to cover 13.5. Mercury plus 13.5. I can get that at minus 155. Please, somebody explain that to me. That hasn't been a good, consistent cashing ticket on the Mystics if we look at them winning by 13.5. I like the play. Let me know, Candyman, if I'm way off on that. Yeah, that seems like a pretty good spread for me. Getting an alternative line on it, too? Duh. Mercury Mystics over 78.5 on the first half. I'm not going to touch that one. Not going to touch it. But I do like, especially since you're saying it's not a celebrity shot, but I like that cover. Man, there's sometimes you get a spread in the WNBA and you're like, I don't know. I don't think so. Dante writes, let's go, Kiana. I was hoping she would subscribe. She's good at basketball. Well, Kiana, let us know. Let us get your basketball takes. Love it. Love you guys sharing the channel and letting others know about Butt Fumble Sports. We are a sports content company built by fans, operated by fans, for fans. I hope you guys have a lot of enjoyment and get a lot of entertainment watching us every day. If not, let us know. Let us know how we can be better. I love your feedback, but absolutely love you guys being with us. Can I show the top of the big board? Absolutely. Absolutely. So you guys keep asking me on this. You keep asking, like, what's my favorite play? And what I would say is, one of the things we've talked about, if you guys want to, again, support the show, I'll give out my confidence level about certain picks, but I don't usually like to do that. I don't like to say, here's my favorite. And part of the reason I don't like to do that is that then implies to the rest of you that the other picks I'm giving out aren't good plays. And so I don't really like to do that. What I really like to say is I have a confidence level in all of these that's high enough to make it worth your while. But what I would also say is if you want my confidence level, just support the show and we can go through some of the confidence levels I have for picks. Candyman, Shakira Austin over rebounds, but I don't know what her line is. Let's look at Shakira Austin. By the way, I just want to say this shows where the world is. When I saw Shakira Austin, I was like, is Austin Reeves trying to get with Shakira? That's how crazy a world we're in. So that said, Candyman, no, it's Shakira Austin that you're asking about. Let's look at it. So Shakira Austin, can we get rebounds? So it's set at 9.5 rebounds. Let's look at the over. Had been a good play, but I don't like it at the 9.5. If I could get it at 8.5, I'd take it. But 9.5 seems a touch high. It's too bad, too, because it opened at 8.5 and moved to 9.5. So the opening line was clearly a good one to take. We just missed out on it. Too bad. Not seeing this being available at an alternative line. But Shakira Austin, I like it at 8.5 rebounds, not 9, according to the data. Again, making sure you guys see all the picks up on the screen. I'll even zoom out a little bit so you guys can see. Okay, Mike Oxlong, welcome back to the show. Mike Oxlong's got a celebrity pick of the day, and that's Isaac Paredes. Isaac Paredes. By the way, how is Mike Oxlong doing? He has climbed the long climb. Mike Oxlong is 8-8, everybody. Mike, good job. You've been working it. You've been focused on making good picks. You've been on a good stretch of late. Love to see you making good picks. Hopefully our research is helping you every day. But Mike Oxlong's back to 500. Hopefully he can go above 500 with his pick today. Getting another celebrity pick on the board. Mike Oxlong. Paredes over. And you're taking over half a base. Over half a base. Let's look at it. Paredes. Half a base is what you're saying is available. Good implied probability here, Mike. Has hit in the last 2 games. How about against Yu Darvish lifetime? No numbers to speak of. How has Paredes done against right-handed pitching this year? Paredes has a 248 average. Not great, but good enough apparently for Mike to take. So there you go. When is this live ending? Probably in about 40 minutes, Candyman. In about a half hour to 40 minutes. Caesar, great to see you, Caesar. Welcome into the show. What's up, gang? Great to see you, Caesar. Top Dog giving Mike some love. So, Mike, just so you know, you got some fans on YouTube. Top Dog, I can't follow up your congratulations, Mike, by then knocking his name. But that said, Mike, you've got some fans over here. So you've got a number of people cheering you on. And that's another thing I love about this Butt Fumble Sports community. I love that you guys support one another. We are not rivals. We're not competing against each other. We're not like Mattress Mac where we're putting down like $1 million on a bet and thus it skews the odds against the rest of us. If you guys know of a good play, share it with the group. Butt Fumble Sports and everyone who follows us, everyone who watches the show, we're here for the same reason. We want to cash some tickets, we want to win our fantasy leagues, and we want to enjoy sports at the best possible way and the greatest level, and that is by winning along the way. So if you guys know a good play, let us know, and certainly root for you guys. Talk to each other. Let each other know that you're here for one another. I love it. Caesar, if you want to give on YouTube, you can. We've set up PayPal on YouTube, so, or I think we have. We might still be working on that. But that said, if you want to support us, that's how. But if you're watching on TikTok, that's where we get our confetti. So, Mike Oxlong, he's also going with Luis Arise over half a single. I'll put it up on the board. We researched this one earlier in the show, Mike Oxlong, and it's not one that we liked. So, by the way, if you guys miss any part of our show during the day, if you want to catch the entirety or just jump in and out of different questions or different chapters of the show, you can always go to our YouTube channel, Butt Fumble Sports. We post the show every single day. So if you miss any part of it, if you want to go back and see our research around a certain play, or you want to see all of my picks, you can go there at Butt Fumble Sports on YouTube. And of course, I do publish our big board to our website, buttfumblesports.com, every single day. So just like yesterday, you can find us, all of our picks, all on the board. So Butt Fumble Sports every single day. Appreciate all of you guys being with us. Let us know what you guys want us to focus on. We'll dive into it. We were getting a question earlier. Do you have Chapman over half a hit? Do you have Chapman over half a hit? Did we get Matt Chapman over half a hit? Yes, we did. Right there on the board. Bing, bing, bing. Good call. So, Jorge, yes, we did. Top dog, we will. So, apparently we haven't yet. We will. We'll set that up. Really appreciate you guys even mentioning it. Just, I'm grateful that you guys want to support us. Obviously, it means a lot. Okay, Jorge is asking about Giancarlo Stanton over half a hit. Let's look at it. By the way, if you guys ever want to contact us while we're off the air, never hesitate to DM us. I know sometimes I'm in transit, I'm traveling, and that's why I may miss it. So if you guys ever want to reach us, though, we try to connect with you guys. So make sure you always hit us up on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, Twitch, whatever. Always feel free to hit us up. We are all about connecting with you guys wherever you are. So Giancarlo Stanton over half a hit is a really strong implied probability. It's also very chalky. The best odds you can get are minus 250. Now, he has been hitting better of late ever since coming back from the IL. Lifetime against Tanner Houck, not good numbers. Not good numbers, and that's why I'm going to stay away from it. Stanton, that's why I'm going to stay away from it. Don't like the play, not excited about it. LRK425, bottom first. What do you, bottom first? What's bottom first? Is that the first inning of the Orioles game? So a number of you guys said no run in the first inning on that one. I did not take that. I said I would lean towards the no run in the first inning, but we didn't take it. That is a game that's going on, so we'll see if it cashes. Okay, Top Dog. Top Dog has a second celebrity shot of the day, and that's going to be Javi Baez over half a strikeout. So let's get Top Dog, Javier Baez over half a strikeout. Let's look at that. Dude strikes out a freaking ton, so not surprised. By the way, we've hit 6,000 likes, so I'm about to give out another long ball long shot of the day. Make sure you're paying attention. About to give out another player I think is going to give a home run right after we do this research. Strikeout with the batter. Oh, it's set at 1.5. It's set at 1.5. I trust that your sports book's offering it at half. I'll let it stay up on the board, but right now I'm not seeing that available. I'm seeing it 1.5. Tells you how good a play it must be. Yeah, Jesus. If we took over 1, this would be a lawn. This would be a lawn. Okay, Oxlong saying replace my Luis Arraez with Eli De La Cruz. Okay. Eli De La Cruz, and you like him to get over half a base. Let's put that on there for Mike Oxlong. Mike, just keep track of your Luis Arraez tomorrow. Maybe I'm wrong. Let's keep track of it. Let's see how it does. But you're changing your celebrity pick. Eli De La Cruz over half a base. Over half a base for Eli De La Cruz. LRK425 is asking about Julio Rodriguez to have a strikeout today. Clearly a Seattle Mariner fan who is fading Julio given his struggles lately. We took him on half a hit and to get a stolen base. But you're asking about strikeouts. So 1.5, that tells you a lot. That tells you how much he's struggling. Is it set at 1.5? Now you could get it at plus money. The under 1.5 is a good play. Kopech, he's 1 for 2 lifetime against Kopech. LRK425, you were asking about that earlier. I kind of like taking the under. I kind of would do this. I know Kopech gets strikeouts. I know Kopech has a lot of strikeouts. It's the only reason I'm a little bit hesitant. Otherwise, I would take the under. I'm not going to, but just something to consider. I actually think if he gets a strikeout, it'll only be 1. I'm not going to do it, but he does strike out a lot, LRK425. You're absolutely right about that. Okay, we are going to do something now that I know a lot of you guys like. By the way, just showing you what's up on the board. I'm going to give out another long ball long shot of the day because we've hit 6,000 likes. My next long ball long shot of the day is going to be Nolan Gorman. Nolan Gorman of the St. Louis Cardinals. So Gorman to hit a home run. 23% implied probability. You could get it at plus 340. So next long ball long shot of the day that I like. Let's just look at other plays that we could get. Could I get a hit? Half a hit. I'd take it as well there at minus 175. Great play. So I'm Nolan Gorman to hit a home run. I am also on Nolan Gorman to get a hit. By the way, if I can get a player who I think is going to get a home run on over half a hit, I view that as stealing. Love that play. Love the play. So there's another long ball long shot of the day. Got a couple more to give out. Also have a couple more stolen base plays of the day, so make sure you share the channel. That's how we give it out. Mike Oxlong, you cashed well yesterday. You had a really good day, Mike Oxlong. Really impressed by it. Mike Oxlong just shared the channel, so let's give out another stolen base play of the day. Next that I'm going to give out is going to be Lane Thomas. Lane Thomas of the Washington Nationals. He is going up against Sandy Alcantara, who gives up a lot of stolen bases. So I'm taking Lane Thomas over half a stolen base. 18% implied probability, but you can get it at plus 450. Does have 2 stolen bases over the last week. Now let's also look at hits. Can I get him on half a hit? Yes, I can, and I absolutely would. This is a really good play. Lane Thomas over half a hit. Lifetime against Sandy Alcantara. Terrible numbers, though. That's the only problem. Man, I didn't realize that. I like him on a stolen base, but 0 for 15 lifetime. That's garbage, so I can't take him on the over half a hit like I wanted. Too bad. Too bad. Terrible numbers against him. I do like the stolen base, though, because Lane Thomas is one of the best stolen base artists for the Nationals against right-handed pitching. And again, Sandy Alcantara gives up stolen bases, so I'm willing to take the chance on the stolen base, given that where it's coming in at plus money. LRK425, good call, everybody. I should have gone with it clearly. First run, no first run in the first inning between the Orioles and the Cubs. I got a little bit scared of it. I didn't take it. I should have. I missed on a chance to take a cashing ticket. I do have the under in the game overall, but good job to all of those who had the no run in the first inning for the Orioles and Cubs. You have a few more baseballs than I do right now. I was hesitant to take it. I should have gone with it. Would have been a cashing ticket on our board, but that's what happens. Sometimes if you don't have the conviction, you don't go with it. You can't feel bad when it cashes. You just have to move on to the next. Okay, we're going to do one of my favorite things. We're going to do some reverse engineering now. And we're going to reverse engineer walks allowed. And we're only going to look at the over. Who has the strongest implied probability on over 1.5 walks? Interesting. Shane McClanahan. You wouldn't have thought it, but this is actually a good ticket to cash. I'm going to go with it. Over 1.5 walks. You could also get Rich Hill, Brady Singer. That's what I'll put up on the board for sure. Let's get Brady Singer up on my big board. Brady Singer over 1.5 walks allowed. Yes, thank you so much, Brady Singer, for existing, because this is a good ticket. A whip of 1.59, everybody. That's a good play. Is there another one that we like? Yu Darvish over 1.5 walks? No. We talked about Walker over 1.5. Yep, Taijuan Walker is another one we like. He's going up against the A's. You may want to take it, but I'm just pointing it out, not putting it up on my big board, but that's another good play. Rich Hill, very good play. Facing the Milwaukee Brewers, I'll throw Rich Hill up on here too. Rich Hill over 1.5 walks allowed. There you go. A couple of those plays for you. Okay, let's look at McClanahan. Let's get McClanahan. By the way, Candyman's got another pick. Candyman, is that your that's Candyman's second celebrity shot. So let's get that on the board, and then we'll answer your question, Jorge. But let's get Candyman's second celebrity shot on the board. So again, that's Candyman. Sorry I missed your name earlier. Candyman, our resident WNBA expert, is also taking Lynx Sparks over 162, maybe an alternative line. Let's go look at it really quick. Make sure we're getting the best alternative line on it. So Lynx and Sparks, the over, let's see. Over 159.5 I like at minus 160. Over 158.5 at minus 185 I do it as well. I'll give you the 159.5. Is that what you wanted at? 159.5? Let's drop it. Lynx, Sparks, over 159.5. There you go. Good call, Candyman. Good call, Candyman. Boss Lady Murr, I'm just a little bit confused. If you could, throw that in the... just give us some clarity on that. Give us some clarity. By the way, I'm also going to throw that one up on my board as well. I will also take that Lynx, Sparks, over... I'm going to take it at 158.5. So Candyman put his out there, his alternative line at 159.5. I'm being a bit more cautious, 158.5. Boss Lady Murr, let us know what you want us to focus on. Jorge's asking about McClanahan on strikeouts. Let's look at it. Shows Shane McClanahan on strikeouts. 6.5. Not a great implied probability here. The under's the better implied probability. Man, tough ticket. Tough ticket. Let's look at it from the over side. Let's look at it on the road. I'm not seeing the trends here that get me excited. Not getting excited about those. No. Alternative line, over 5.5. How about over 5.5? Can I sell you that? That's interesting, but it's still been missing the last two games. I'm hesitant about it. Padres hitters against McClanahan, small sample sizes. Soto's got good numbers against him, by the way. Just keep your eye on that. One hit, which was a home run. In fact, let me see what I can get. Can I get Juan Soto over half a hit? Can I get over half a hit or over half a base? Hits? Over half a hit. I'm going to take this one. Juan Soto minus 185 over half a hit. I'll take it. Juan Soto over half a hit. There you can see a couple half a hit plays that you guys may want to follow. You can put into legs of parlays. Just a couple of nice plays for you. Okay, let's look at Rich Hill under on strikeouts. Rich Hill under on strikeouts. So Rich Hill. By the way, we have about 15, 20 minutes left of our show, everybody. About 15, 20 minutes left of our show. Under on strikeouts, the stronger implied. Man, 6.5 strikeouts? That seems really high. Hasn't been a consistent ticket in terms of hitting the over. I'm going to take this one as well. I don't understand. Against Rich Hill, I guess you have some bad numbers against him. 0 for 3, 0 for 1, 0 for 1, 0 for 5. But I got to believe that Rich Hill 6.5 strikeouts is set too high. Ballparkpal.com. How's the weather in that game? It's kind of neutral. Yeah, home runs is up. Overall runs are down. I'm going to take the under. I'll fade Rich Hill on this one. I'm already taking him on over walks. I'll take Rich Hill. Under, is it 6.5 strikeouts? Is that what we got? Is it higher? Lower? Yes, 6.5. I can't believe that's available at minus 185. I'm taking that all day. Do I believe Rich Hill's going to get 7 Ks today? No, I do not. No, I do not. Appreciate all those who are with us, no matter the platform. If you're watching on TikTok Live, YouTube, Twitch, or Kick, make sure you throw your questions, comments, celebrity shot into the comments section. Like I said, we have about 15, 20 minutes left of our show. Can you check Luis Robert for his hit props. Yes, we can. Yes, we can. Let's look at Luis Robert. And about his hit prop, it's half a hit. It's a good play. Has been very consistent over the last 7 out of the last 10. On the road, not as consistent, but we'd like it a little bit more. Against right-handed pitching, 234 average. Not crazy about it. The answer is, Chris, I probably wouldn't put it on my big board, but I'm not going to try and talk you out of it either. Not one that I'm going to put my money down on, but not necessarily a bad play. So you got to be a bit careful on this one. Not something I'm going to jump into, but not a terrible play. It's going off at minus 225. Probably the real reason I don't like it is if I don't have enough conviction around it. At minus 225, no, I wouldn't take it. Let's look at Lamet on under strikeouts. Lamet on under strikeouts. So looking at his Ks, 4.5 has a 54% implied probability on the under. Interesting that he hit last time out. On the road, doesn't have that many starts. Only 3 starts this year. Lifetime against Lamet. Kind of interesting here. You actually do have some guys who have struggled against him. Austin Riley. Bad numbers against him. Wow. 0 for 4 with 3 strikeouts. Ronald Acuna Jr. 1 for 3 with a home run. By the way, we should get Ronald Acuna on our board. We should get Ozzie Albies on our board as well. I'm not crazy about the strikeout play. It's a little tight for me. It's a little tough. But let's look at Ronald Acuna Jr. and let's look at Ozzie Albies. Can we get over half a base? Nope. Can we get 1.5 hits? Nope. Can we get half a hit? Nope. No good plays here for Ronald Acuna Jr. Over half a run is probably the best one. I would throw that one up here. That's Ronald Acuna Jr. over half a run. That's the only play I really like with him today. On the other play we were just talking about, let's look at Ozzie Albies. Oh, Ozzie Albies. Let's look at, can we get half a base? No, 1.5. Can we get half a hit? 1.5. How about hits, runs, and RBIs? 2.5. So no good plays here. I don't like him on half a run the same way that I like Ronald Acuna Jr., even though it has a strong implied probability. What about a single? You could take it, just not a good implied probability. So unfortunately, Ozzie Albies is a player we like, just not one that necessarily has an odds or a play that really we can sink our teeth into. Okay, Candyman, Jordan Canada. Jordan Canada. Let's look at her numbers. Jordan Canada, we're looking at assists, 5.5. Really strong implied probability here at 57%. No alternative line to be had. Has cashed. It's too bad 4.5 isn't there. That'd be a great play. I'd lean towards it. I'm not going to put it on my big board, Candyman, but I lean towards the over 4.5, 5.5. Drew, thank you so much for sharing the channel. We do have WNBA. Yes, we do. We do. LRK425. Actually, funny enough, the player I could see hitting a home run today, I'll talk about him really quick before we get into that other play I was just going to mention. The player I'm actually kind of interested in that game is Gary Sanchez. Believe it or not, Gary Sanchez, he's the player I'd consider on a home run. Now, implied probability is 15%. Against McClanahan, 1 for 5. Soto, he's got a homer. There are no real numbers against him, but he's been raking, Gary Sanchez. So I'm not putting him up on my board, but I'm not really crazy about the Padres home run hitter today. If we look at that Padres game, you can see home runs and overall runs is expected to be down. So just not touching it. Just not touching it. Okay, where are we at? Joey Wendell, will he get a strikeout? Let's look at it. And I need to give it a stolen base, too. Joey Wendell. on a hitter strikeout. Not a great implied probability. Has been a decent ticket over the last 4 games. Against Trevor Williams, though, lifetime. Wendell has good numbers. That's why we don't like it. Decent numbers, 286 average. So, Chris, no, not a play I like. Not a play I would endorse. Okay, let me give out another stolen base play of the day because Drew7382 shared the channel. So let me give that one out. Another stolen base play of the day. Do I have any more? Yeah, I've got one more. And I'm going to put him next to his teammate. Marcus Semien. Marcus Semien. I mentioned earlier, Kevin Gausman gives up stolen bases. Let me quickly look at what we can get Marcus Semien at. By the way, final few minutes of the show, everybody. So if you have celebrity picks, celebrity shots of the day, make sure that you get them into us. 19% implied probability. You can get it at plus 415. Make sure you're hitting that like button as well. I have another long ball, long shot of the day to give out. So make sure you're hitting that like button. Once we hit 8,000 likes, I'll give out another home run play of the day. Just looking at Marcus Semien. Can I get half a hit? No. Can I get half a base? No. Can I get a hit, run, an RBI? Yes, good implied probability. Hasn't been a great ticket. Marcus Semien. Okay numbers against him. 267 average, 1 home run, 3 RBIs. Not going to do it, though. Not going to do it. Like I said, final few minutes of the show. Make sure you're getting all of your celebrity shots in. Here are the celebrity shots we have on the big board so far. So make sure you're hitting that like button. Let's give out another home run pick of the day. Let's get up to 8,000 likes. Chris Silva. Love it, Chris. Love it, Chris. Yeah, Jorge, I don't like Lane Thomas's numbers against Sandy Alcantara. I do like him to get the stolen base, but I wouldn't take him in anything else. Chris Silva, let's get him up on the board. Chris Silva's got a couple of WNBA plays. By the way, how's Chris doing? Started 0 for 1, but plenty of opportunity to get back on track. Chris Silva. And Chris is going to go with... So this is a parlay. Okay, a parlay here. And we are going to take Kayla McBride under 15.5 points plus Jordan Canada over 14.5 points. So there you go. Chris Silva throwing in his celebrity shot of the day. By the way, Chris, know you got to work. I know a lot of you guys are working for a living. Part of the reason we're here is so we can help you guys out with your picks because you're working. You got a full job. You got a lot to do. Hopefully we can give you a bit of information, and that way you're getting the best source of information for the limited amount of time that you're able to be on TikTok Live or YouTube or anywhere else. Really appreciate the support, Chris. Really means a lot to me that so many of you guys make comments like that just say, hey, love the show, appreciate what you're doing, watch every day. Means a lot to me. If I don't say it enough, love this community, love you guys, really appreciate the support. Drew, my 2 celebrity shots. Let's get Drew up on the board. So Drew is 1-1. So Drew, 73-82. Let's see what he's going with. He is taking Rafael Devers over 1.5 bases. And he is also taking Tiffany Mitchell. I need to know what the number is, Drew. Tiffany Mitchell. Let us know what Tiffany Mitchell over points plus rebounds plus assists. I just need to know what the number is, Drew. Let us know what the number is. 18.5. 18.5. There you go, everybody. So Drew's up on the big board. Love to see it, Drew. LRK425, love the support, man. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. Final few minutes of the show, everybody. Make sure you're getting those picks in. If you want celebrity shots of the day sent, make sure you're throwing them up on the big board. We're here for it. Appreciate all of you guys being with us. Here are all of the picks that we have so far. I'm going to scroll through them really slowly, so that way you can see all of them. Again, I will also post this to our website, buttfumblesports.com. That way you can see all the picks you can peruse at your own leisure. But of course, we appreciate all of you guys helping us out today, asking good questions, bringing good research, throwing your own celebrity picks up on the board. So it's wonderful to see this incredible community showing up every single day for 2 hours of sports talk, a lot of picks, a lot of analysis, and of course, a lot of fun. There are our long ball long shots of the day so far. I have another one to give out, which I'll drop right now. Andrew McCutchen. Andrew McCutchen. Let's look at Andrew McCutchen. On a home run, applied probability 16%. Could get it at plus 520. Now against Julio Teheran, lifetime 1 for 3 with a home run. So I like Andrew McCutchen today, throwing him up on the big board. Can we get him on half a hit? Can we get him on half a hit as well? You betcha. So I'm going to take that as well. Andrew McCutchen on a home run and Andrew McCutchen over half a hit. So there's another one for you guys. And of course, here are our stealing is sharing, our players we think are going to get a stolen base today, and the celebrity shots you've thrown up on the big board. Boss Lady Murr. We just went through it. There you go. Players we think are going to get a stolen base today, Boss Lady. By the way, keep notice in the comments section. A lot of you guys are throwing some good picks up there. Let's go, Chris. Enjoy your time in Vegas. Vegas, baby. Vegas. Sparks -5, but if you could alt it to 2.5, it's a lock. Candyman likes the Sparks -2.5 if we can get it. Let's look at we can get it. Sparks 5.5. Can I get it at 2.5? Yes, I can at -160. I'll put it up on my board. There you go. So we will take the Sparks -2.5. -2.5. That's a good alternative line there. There you are. -2.5 at -160. Love it, Candyman. Thank you. Chris, appreciate the support. Appreciate it, everybody. LRK425, yes. Go to our website after the show, buttfumblesports.com. We will put all of our picks from our big board up on our website. We do that every day. Once the show ends, I take about 5-10 minutes, put it up on our big board, send out some tweets to let you guys know. Appreciate all of those who have gotten us up to 8,000 likes. This is awesome. By the way, Candyman, WNBA alternative lines are crazy because the public doesn't know enough. So it obviously creates you can go from -5.5 to -2.5. In the NBA, there's no way you'd go to -160 on that. That would all of a sudden turn into such a stupid bet. It'd be like -330. So yeah, Candyman, I think there's a lot of people who don't know the WNBA, which makes it even easier to cash some good alternative lines. Drew's asking about Cole Irvin 4 strikeouts. Let's look at it. Running out of show, everybody. Running out of show. So get your celebrity shots of the day up on the big board if you're waiting on it. You're running out of time. Cole Irvin. Strikeouts. The under is the stronger implied probability here. The trend is very hit or miss. I wouldn't touch this one. This game's already underway. So obviously you'd have to take it in game, but not one I would take. Appreciate all of you guys with us. Ward, let's look at Ward for 1.5 bases. Taylor Ward, 1.5 bases. The applied probability is not there. It has been a good play. Brady Singer. Ward has not faced him. Ward has never faced him. So, unfortunately, even though it's been a good trend, I'm not going to put it up on the big board, but not a terrible play. So, Jorge, who asked about that, I don't think Ward's a bad play. I'm just not putting it up on my board. Okay, final few minutes of the show, everybody. Final few minutes of the show. One last time. all of our picks. Here, I'll throw a couple more up here because unfortunately, we didn't get a lot of confetti today, so I didn't give out a ton of my picks. LRK425 is throwing the Phillies money line out there. So let's get LRK425 up on the board. LRK425 is taking the Phillies on the money line. There you go, LRK425. Welcome in. Love seeing it. I have a couple more picks I want to throw up here. So again, I know we didn't get the confetti, but I'm not going to be a sourpuss about it. So Rays, Padres, I like the under 8.5. Can I actually get it at even better? I'd love to see. Padres, 8.5. Can I get it at 9.5? No. Under 9, yes. Under 8.5. I'll take it at the under 9, 8.5. I'll take it at both. If I'm cashing on under 8.5, I'm cashing under 9. So, okay, another pick that I like that I want to throw up on the big board so you guys can see it is the Diamondbacks on the money line. Diamondbacks on the money line tonight. Zach Gallen on the mound. Cleveland hitters against Gallen lifetime. 143 average, no home runs, 1 double, 1 RBI, 4 walks, and 6 strikeouts. Plus, the Guardians are 1-4 in their last 5 meetings against the Diamondbacks in Arizona. So there's another pick I'm throwing up on the board. Another one I like to put up on the board. Now, are there any other picks that I like? Here's another one I'm going to put out there. Get ready, everybody. I am taking... did I already get this one up here? No, I didn't. Rockies, Braves, yes to a run in the first inning. Yes to a run in the first inning for Rockies and Braves. You want another game I think is going to get a run in the first inning? Here's one I don't think is going to get a run in the first inning. I'll throw this one up here. White Sox, Mariners, no run first inning. No run first inning in that one. And I will also put Reds, Astros, no run in the first inning up on the board as well. So throwing out a lot of lay picks for you. Okay, LRK425 is also taking Mookie Betts to get a hit. Mookie Betts to get a hit. So Mookie Betts to get a hit. Let's throw LRK425's other pick up there. Mookie Betts over. And you're saying half a hit? Is that available? I want to make sure, because if that is available, I would take it as well. I'm surprised. Can we get over half a hit? Yes, we can. I'm doing it. Yep, no brainer. I'm doing it too. Good call, LRK425. So, Mookie Betts over half a hit. Okay, everybody. Any more final celebrity shots of the day? You got to get them in now. We're about to finish up. Make sure you're getting them in. Here are the celebrity shots up on the board right now. Final few minutes of the show, everybody. Get them in. Get them in. And again, if you missed any pick, we'll throw it up on our website, buttfumblesports.com. You can go to our website, buttfumblesports.com. There it is. And that way you can check it out. Appreciate all of those who have been with us today. Want to give a big shout out to all those who are behind the scenes here at Butt Fumble Sports. Hope you're having a wonderful day, everybody. Hope you have a wonderful afternoon and evening. It is Juneteenth on Monday, so it's a long weekend. I hope all of you are taking advantage to enjoy this weekend and obviously be with family, be with friends. Again, if you want to see our big board, we will put it up on our website, buttfumblesports.com. So in case you missed any pick, in case you missed anything, we will put it up there. So no worries, no reason to panic. You can find every pick and you can check them out at your leisure since only one game's going on. Plenty of time to check out all of these picks. Over half a hit. Check out all of these picks. Plenty of picks for you guys. We deliver a ton of research every day, a lot of information, and that way you guys can find something in here you like. We're not saying you got to follow all of it, but hopefully you find one or two plays that you do like. Want to give a big shout out to all of those who have watched. Boss Lady Murr, Jorge, LRK425, Drew 7382, Candyman, Chris Silva. Great to see you today, Chris Silva. IP Shade 45. Big shout out to you every single day. Want to give a big shout out as well to Mike Oxlong. Great to see you today. I love seeing how many familiar faces are in the chat. Bob, great to see you today. It was wonderful to have your questions come in. Santa, welcome to the show. Santa became a new viewer. Wonderful to know that the big man's following us. Santa in Orlando, thank you so much for following us. Cullen, it was great to see you. Got your celebrity pickup on the board. Gaz, thank you for your questions. Alexander, good to see you today. Hope you have a wonderful afternoon, Alexander. A big shout out to all those who watch on YouTube, Kick and Twitch. Top Dog, Caesar, Dante, Kiana Dunham. Thank you so much for subscribing, Kiana. Stephen Pock, Ryan, of course, Harley. Big shout out to you. Jeff, Remy, Haley, Mark. Big shout out to all those who watch the show every single day. It means the world to us. We are live every day for 2 hours. Tomorrow we will be live. Let me double check, actually. I got to check our schedule. We are live tomorrow at 12 p.m. Tomorrow at 12 p.m. So everybody, we are live tomorrow at 12 Eastern time. That I'm going to put it in the chat right now. Saturday's show is at 12 p.m. EST. Everybody, make sure you're paying attention. Make sure you're with us tomorrow. Saturday's show is at 12 p.m. Eastern time. We're going to go through all of our picks, how we did today, how they did, and of course, we will look to tomorrow. I've already started my research on that. So everybody, make sure you're with us tomorrow, June 17th, Saturday at 12 p.m. Eastern, and we'll have another show here at Fumble Sports. As always, I hope you guys stay healthy. I hope you stay safe. I hope you have a wonderful afternoon and evening. I hope you cash a lot of tickets tonight, and I hope you have a great weekend. Cannot wait to see you again tomorrow.